Do you struggle with social anxiety, wanting to connect with people but feeling so awkward and uncomfortable that you just avoid it? I know I did. Hi, I'm Paige Pradko. Welcome to Therapy for a Better Life. Now, today's topic is social anxiety, something I'm very familiar with. Now, social anxiety, most of us develop it for a few different reasons. Some of us have the genetics, right? We inherited it. And it might be a combination also of having some very uncomfortable childhood experiences where we felt maybe humiliated or criticized or ignored. Maybe we had some trauma that accumulated. And what happened is when we began to feel uncomfortable, we started actually avoiding social engagements. Now, when anybody with anxiety, any type of anxiety disorder, begins to avoid what they are uncomfortable with, that anxiety gets worse. These symptoms get stronger, and it persists. So what I was kind of surprised to learn is that people with social anxiety actually care very deeply about connecting with other people. In fact, if they didn't care about connecting, they wouldn't have social anxiety at all. And so you have to remember about that, about yourself, is that deep down, you actually care about connecting. You actually value it. Now, when we avoid something that we value, we're actually sabotaging ourselves, and that creates suffering within us, like we are creating our own suffering. I want to share a few things that I've learned and that have helped me, and I really hope that they help you too. The first is that we have to acknowledge and really know that if we have social anxiety, we value connecting with other people. It's important to us. Number two is that we, as human, we have a core need of belonging. Whether you recognize that or not, it's part of being human. I love a Mother Teresa quote. She said, if we have no peace, it's because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. I love that. Number three is if we value something, we are willing to tolerate some uncomfortable feelings because we value it. And so, maybe you value an education. If you value an education, you're going to be enduring some uncomfortable things, but you move through it because you value it. This helps me in a lot of social situations. I remind myself, I value connecting with people. Okay, I'm willing to feel uncomfortable. I'm willing to have some anxiety because it's something I value. And number four is having an attitude of willingness. I'm not going to resist it. I'm not going to try to get out of it. I am going to have an attitude of willingness. I'm willing to put myself in social situations. Doesn't matter if anxiety comes or not. I'm willing to put myself in it. Number five is we have to challenge ourselves to be in social situations. This is where we actually are helping our brain. Somewhere along the line, the anxiety fear response got connected and conditioned. It got connected and associated with socializing. And so we have to actually undo that. And researchers have found out how to undo that. It's rewiring your brain by having new experiences. Every new experience, socializing, is creating a new neural pathway. You have to actually be a little anxious for the rewiring to occur. And so every time that you are putting yourself in a social situation, even small ones, even texting somebody, even phone calls, saying hello to a clerk, every little interaction, you are creating a new neural pathway It's an exposure, a social exposure, and this is rewiring your brain. So we have to be willing to challenge ourselves. The more often we challenge ourselves, the better we get. I encourage people to challenge themselves every day, as many times a day as they can. Some people aren't able to do that, but whatever you do, every effort is good effort. Every exposure is good, even if these are exposures that you're uncomfortable. They're still making good connections. Number 6 is I want you to get out of your head. When you're in social situations, I want you to get out of your head. I want you to intentionally focus on the other person. If you're in your head, you're going to be saying, oh, I'm uncomfortable. Oh, I can't wait to get out of here. Oh, they think I'm stupid. Oh, they're looking at me sweat. Whatever we're saying in our head is, I want you to get out of your head, focus on the other person. If you're really listening to somebody else, you can't have those thoughts in your head at the same time. And finally, number 7 is I want you to be kind and compassionate to yourself. It is very difficult to do social exposures if you have social anxiety. It's very difficult, that process of rewiring the brain, but you can do it. We can do it because we value connecting with other people. Every effort is a good effort, so be kind to yourself. Congratulate yourself every time you tried. And until next time, I will see you in session. Take care. Bye-bye.